Okay, so I wanted to react to the reaction to RFK Jr.'s autism press conference yesterday. My wife and I started seeing social media posts yesterday about the autism press conference with RFK Jr. and the fact that a lot of people were very, very upset and just were blasting him about it. And I thought, what's this about? And so we looked into it a little bit, and people were saying that he was saying highly offensive things. He was dehumanizing people with autism. He was offending disabled people, and he was just overall, saying terrible stuff. There was outrage. And so I thought, okay, this is crazy. So I started to look at some clips and didn't see anything that I thought was problematic. But, when you watch clips, sometimes you miss things. So I thought, I've got to watch the whole video. Before I make my opinion, I've got to go watch the whole video. So I went and watched the video. I listened to everything that RFK Jr. said. And my takeaway and my firm belief is that we need to change the labeling for autism. Okay, the autism spectrum, the umbrella, has gotten so wide that it encompasses people, which I was just told via a comment, people who hardly notice it in their lives, to people who can hardly live because of it, right? And I thought, okay, we're talking about a different thing here. The people who are upset about RFK Jr. saying that autism is an impairment are the people on the super high functioning end of the spectrum, right? Now, my family lives on the other end of the autism spectrum, the dark one, the ugly one, the one that is characterized by violence and aggression and running away and breaking people's property, self-injurious behavior, running around in a highway, almost getting killed, things like that, and much, much more, right? My son's autism has made his life hell, and it torments him. He suffers from his autism. It has affected our family greatly, and he will always need care for his whole life. So when I hear RFK Jr. talk about autism being an impairment, I'm like, yeah, and he described my son. But there's a whole other side of things, people with high functioning autism who see their autism as a superpower. They see their child's autism as their child's superpower. They see it as a feature, right? So they hear you talking negatively about autism and they think, how dare you? We are not the same, okay? We are talking about two totally different lives, and I think that there needs to be a difference made. I think that there needs to be a distinction made, and you know what? Let's change the label, okay? I've started to hear people say profound autism. My son's diagnosis is level 3 severe autism. But you know what I say? I say for the severe crowd, for the profound crowd, we'll take another name. Give it to the people on the other end of the spectrum. Let them keep the label autism. That's fine. Let our side have a different label. Then I genuinely think there would not be an issue here. I genuinely think that the ton of people who are very upset would not be upset. Because people like me and my family, we want answers. We are so thrilled that somebody in authority is looking at the causes, right? We've for years been dismissed when we want to try to find out what causes autism. We've been given vague answers that, by the way, include environmental factors. You look at websites like Autism Speaks and things like that, look up causes of autism, they talk about environmental factors, by the way. I also know that this is very politicized because it's RFK Jr. and a certain subset of people in the United States see his face and they just hate everything he says. So I hate that it's politicized. It should not be at all. But parents like me hear him talking about, let's try to find causes and actually look into data. He's talking data and numbers and trying to find out the truth. We're applauding it. We're loving it, right? So listen, if your child is not on the severe end of the spectrum, RFK Jr. is not talking about them. If you have self-diagnosed with autism, right? If you've made it to your adult life before you either self-diagnosed with autism or got a diagnosis, he's not talking about you, all right? He's not. The rising numbers are definitely concerning. After my son got his diagnosis, I remember hearing about the rising rates, and I thought to myself, okay, in 20 to 30 years, who is going to be running the country? Because if the rates continue to skyrocket like this, everybody's going to have autism, right? And what I knew of autism was the severe side, right? So I definitely saw that as a problem. Do I want to find out the truth about the causes of autism? 100%. Would I like autism to be eradicated? Absolutely. Because my son is tormented by it. If you or your children are not negatively impacted by autism, if you see it as a feature, as your superpower, that's great. I'm really glad for you. But that is not the case with so many families. And we'd love answers. So I would say to you, please go watch the entire video, listen to what he's saying, try to put politics aside. Just know that he is not attacking your child or your worth. He's talking about very real issues. And let me know what you think in the comments.